Yo, we have a Cybertruck on the channel.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn it.
Welcome back to another video. I am excited to present the Cybertruck that we just bought maybe like 3 days ago. Yeah, I've had it for like 3 days now. Let's dive right into it. So I will say this now, I forgot to say it throughout the video. The range on this car when I am at 100% charge is 318. Online it says 325 to 340, but that's a lie. It's 318 miles at a full charge. So first things first, let's look at the exterior of this monster. Look at this thing. This thing is massive. I'm sure you guys have seen these in person already. They're like everywhere now. So you guys know how massive these are. And if you haven't seen them in person yet, go take a drive to your nearest Tesla shop and go take a look, because these things are huge. You can see the wheel in the back. It also turns with the wheel up here in the front. This is a used Cybertruck, but let's go ahead and take a walk around on this beast. So this is the Foundation Series, and I feel like this is the best series if you're not looking for all that power. But we'll get into that in just a second. Let's talk about some of the controls. As you can see here, just like the other Tesla that we had, we can do everything from our phone. We can lock the car. There you go, it makes a noise. And then we can unlock it. So one of the very cool things about this truck is that you can adjust the ride height when you're driving, when you're not driving, and you can also do it from your phone. So we're gonna put high, and just look how it rises. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna lower it so you guys can actually experience this. We're gonna click, actually entry is the lowest I believe that it goes, and that's obviously for entering the car. So we'll click entry, and you'll see how low it's getting. Wow. That is crazy. Unreal. You can also open the frunk from here. Look at that. I want to say it's more wide than deep. My Model 3, I feel like was definitely a lot deeper than this, but it's cool. It says Cybertruck right here. And then you can close it obviously from here, or you can close it from pressing this button right here. And that's what we'll do. You got to be very careful with this car because the edges are extremely sharp. Heading over to the back. So you can control the tailgate from here. You can control the tonneau cover from here. You just press it and it opens up, which I think is pretty cool. Look at that. And then press this button, and then the tailgate drops. It's pretty cool because the Foundation Series comes with this strip right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Like I said, I only had this car for about 3 days, but I believe what makes the Foundation Series so special is that it comes with all these little features, like this light right here. I'm not sure if all of them comes with outlets, but it also has this space under here. Like I said, this is the Foundation Series. I do not have like the extended battery. If you did have the extended battery version, you would have less of a bed space here. And if you want this to go up, I mean, it's pretty light. There's no button for it. You just shove it up just like that. So to enter the cars, you just press that button here and it opens. Like I said, it is very, very sharp. So you must be careful. Yeah, and this is the back seat, which is pretty roomy, right? Look at the panoramic roof. Okay, look at this little guy right here just chilling. The cool thing about this is you got this nice screen here. You can play games, you can watch movies, shows, and if you're back here, you can do this all while someone is driving. What's cool about this is when you're back here and you play music, you'll only hear it from back here. I mean, you'll hear it if you're sitting up there talking, but the other day I was with a couple friends and my boy was back here playing music, and I couldn't really hear the music over my conversation with my other friend up here, which I thought was pretty cool. I think this is like perfect for the kids. If you got like a road trip or something, you want to keep them quiet, throw something on here, or you can give them a book. Another thing I wanted to mention before I did forget, these seats go up. So just yank this here and you can lift the seat all the way up. And you can do the same thing with that one over there, so you could have some extra space right here. If you're, going to Home Depot, you need more space, this is perfect for all that. And then it goes back down, boom. All right, same thing for the front. Just hit that button there, and here is the front. We got this nice Cybertruck emblem right here. Again, this car is used, and you could already tell here. Look at this. I don't know what they tried to do here, but we definitely got to get that fixed now. But anyways, onto the infotainment system. This is what you see when you sit down, put your foot on the brake if you want to start. But you can control, again, everything from here inside the car, which is pretty cool. If I want to open the tailgate, I can open it from here. I don't know if I can close it from the car. Yeah, that's right. I can't close it from the car. I'd have to get out and go close that. I can close the tonneau cover, and you can see right there, that little window is covered now. Oh, yeah, look, it's covered. And then the tailgate is open. You can see right there. You could open the front. We could adjust the ride height on the car. Like I said, it's currently on entry, which is like the lowest level, entering and leaving the car. And we could push it all the way to high, which is, I think, is pretty cool. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to test out is the AC. Boom, right there. Click it, now it's on. You can adjust it just by holding it, just like all the other Teslas. The cool thing about this is it has heated and ventilated seats, which is a must if you're living in Florida. The backs only have heated seats, not ventilated. You click on this. If you want to control the seats, you can put heat or cool. Since we're in Florida, we're always going to go cool. And you can just turn that on right there. Perfect. You could adjust where you want the air to go, just like all the Teslas. Hey, we weren't done. You can control the rear if you wanted to. Basic stuff, just like your normal Tesla. Again, I came from the Model 3, so we didn't have ventilated seats, and I came from the older one. So this is all new to me, which is pretty exciting. But this has literally all the same, for the most part, of all the Teslas when it comes to like the infotainment system. If I'm missing anything out, you guys, please go ahead, throw it in the comment section below. Like I said, I just got this 3 days ago, so I can only watch so much videos on this car. The off-road setting is pretty cool, which I will probably never use, I'm going to be honest. But this is the settings here, and you can see you can control everything here. What's cool about this thing is that it has, look, the ride height is adjusting because it thinks we're going off-road. But what's cool about this is that there's also 360 cameras on this car. So that's the front, which I never had before. That's the rear. That's the rear of the rear. That's like the rear on the bottom, showing you what's behind you on the floor. What's here? This is the side. And that's the other side, which I think is pretty cool. Look, it's even letting me know how much ground clearance I have. Oh, we can go very high too, which is pretty cool. That's crazy. Look, locking differentials. You got stop mode, surface. So if I'm on sand, I can take this on sand, which is pretty cool. If you guys saw the last video I posted with my friend Dom and his Ford Runner, he was able to take his 4Runner on the beach, and he entered sand mode, which is something I think we could probably do one of these days. Yeah, this is definitely new for me. I don't do any type of off-roading, so we'll eventually have to give this a shot. So let's see if we can get a better view of all the cameras. And there you go. That's the front. Again, the sides. I don't know what just happened. Oh my God, that was pretty cool. that is like a little windshield wiper, but like a cleaner for the front camera, which I think is really, really cool. I did not know that. Wow. So another thing that's cool about the car is all this space that I'm not really used to. Again, I came from a Model 3, so it was a lot smaller. So I mean, this is pretty cool. So you could put like a cooler here if you you know, want. You got some space here. This is pretty deep, so you already got some stuff in there. I like how they have the glove box, which is all the way over here, and you can tap it to close it. You got the storage spaces here, which is pretty big, well, a lot bigger than where the car I came out of. So I can fit my big water bottle right here, which is pretty cool. Shout out one more. You got dynamics here. We're still on off-road, so we are going to move it to sport. You could change anything. You can change the way you want to drive. You could have your preferred height on how high you want the car when you're driving. Another thing that's pretty cool are the lights. I'll show a clip of how it looks at night. But you could also adjust that if you wanted to. Again, this is the Foundation Series, so this was the first one that came out, the first Cybertruck that came out. They added all the bells and whistles. This car, I read, has around 600 horsepower and about 500 pounds of torque, which is really good. This thing moves. I'm gonna add in the 0 to 60 clip in here in a second.
Oh my God.
For how heavy this thing is, it moves. When you turn the wheels, the back wheels also turns as well. So we're gonna turn the wheel all the way that way, and we're gonna put it in reverse, which is right there. And you can see how the back wheels turn with the steering wheel, which I think is pretty cool. Another thing that I'm gonna have to get used to is putting the car in drive and park using this thing right here. Normally it's right there. This is where your turn signal is, and you just tap it, and everything is controlled from here, which took some time to get used to, but I got used to it in about a day. You can also put it in park and drive up here, which I think is also pretty cool. They make a rear view mirror that is a screen that you can add on here. A friend of mine has it. I have the one where it's here. So that is basically my rear view mirror. So that's what I see when I drive. I will say the drive is very, very comfortable. It rides really smooth. This is my first truck, so we are going to have some fun with this thing. We're definitely going to wrap it because the stainless steel shows nothing but the fingerprints of people touching it. So we're gonna get that done, and we're gonna do a lot more videos, so make sure you guys stay tuned, and I will catch you guys on the next video.